We trust what looks old, not because it is, but because we've been conditioned to see age as a sign of depth. A patina on an antique watch doesn't just make it look older, it makes us believe in its story. The crackling texture of weathered leather or the faded ink of a well. Loved book suggests something lived through, not manufactured. But what if those signs are entirely performative? Benjamin wrote that mechanical reproduction strips away the aura, that ineffable quality we associate with authenticity. And yet, even as aura fades, we create new fakes to take its place. What was once natural decay is now carefully curated design.
I'm Prof. Lyle Voss, a specialist in history of computing technologies. The earliest computers were mechanical in nature. Think of Zeus's Z3 or a Tanasoft Berry machines, built not with silicon, but with relays, vacuum tubes, and
MIDI humanization emerged in the 1980s as a digital trick to simulate what machines could not do naturally. Imperfection. Programmers realized that perfectly timed beats and evenly spaced notes sounded artificial. So they introduced randomness into the mix. The goal was simple: make machines sound like humans. As early MIDI guides explained, this process mimicked human traits like timing drift or velocity variation. But here's the rub. If a machine needs to pretend it's imperfect just to feel real, what does that say about our expectations of authenticity? We didn't want perfect machines. We wanted convincing ones.
Good evening. Happy Easter. And in the strongest possible terms. Hello.
The past is not just remembered, it's curated, reassembled into a version of itself that fits today's desires. Think about how old machines are repackaged with new purpose, but old aesthetics. A MIDI sequencer sold as an instrument for authenticity rather than functionality. It doesn't matter what it can do now, only how convincingly it wears its age. The Linotype typesetter, once a machine of mass production, is now a symbol of craftsmanship in a world that no longer needs either. Just this week, Nigel Farage claimed that Reform UK had reached the highest levels at X to address fake AI, generated political ads. The irony here isn't subtle. One of history's most manufactured movements is now accusing a platform of faking messages. These digital forgeries are not just lies. They're part of a broader trend where truth itself has been replaced by convincing enough signs. Nostalgia, too, has joined this parade of ersatz meaning. We don't yearn for the past as it was. Algorithms now curate not just our feeds, but our feelings, feeding us a past we think we remember. This isn't nostalgia, it's algorithmic storytelling. It takes the raw material of cultural memory and polishes it into something that feels familiar, yet fabricated. As Mark Fisher explains, when historical time breaks down, what fills the gap is an eternal 1960s or endless 80s, a past untethered from reality, but perfectly curated for comfort. The problem? These manufactured memories shape how we think about. We begin to accept these fictions as memories because they look real. But when everything feels lived in, even if it wasn't, we lose the ability to distinguish between what was and what was made for us. The erosion of memory becomes not a loss, but an industry. We trade in emotional truth for aesthetic satisfaction, comforted by the illusion that our past is being preserved, even as it's reimagined. And so, authenticity transforms from a personal experience into a commodity sold back to us in packages